We had the strategizer bootcamp, and I'm here to share with you tips from trainers and coach about the business model canvas.
So the usual pitfall is when I've worked with my teams, they're generally new, they're novices to the business model canvases and they're novices to this way of working. So I think if you don't invest time with your teams up front doing some training and really getting their basics down pat, then it will all fall over. You have to invest up front with them to get them to really change the way that they're thinking, and then from there it starts to become a lot easier for them. I think it's just having those key moments of interaction to get them to be like, okay, this is how this works, and then it becomes a little bit easier along the way.
The surprise part, whenever we discussed what is the business model canvas or who knows about the business model canvas, it seems everybody knows about it, knows about it as a tool. But when you try to really leverage the magic of business model canvas, the extra nuggets that you require start popping up. What are the relation between the blocks?
They are very quickly becoming in love with their first idea. Okay, so they have this. They are ready to refine, but they stick to the first idea they had. So it's clearly one of the pitfalls.
Boxing circles or circling boxes, which is people have a preconceived business idea or a technology or an IP or a patent or a resource, right? And they have no clue who their customers are. They haven't done the work. They haven't done the work with the customer centricity and the user jobs, and they're just trying to force the business model to make use of something that already exists, when in fact it's the other way around. Okay, but it needs to lead to that, right? But they don't do enough. I don't think they do enough work on the value proposition, and they don't do enough work using something called immersive empathy, which is really trying to put yourself in the shoes of the customer and really feeling what they feel and going through to really be able to synthesize those jobs and using 5 whys. Like, why? They need to get to work. Why? Because they have to feed their kids. Why? Because, and so on and so on and so forth. So I think people don't spend enough time on the customer jobs and understanding the pains and the gains and then linking that to the fit.
When they have the canvas, I think what's hard for people in corporations is taking their assumptions and having to get out of the building to test their assumptions, to test those hypotheses. These people are usually used to working in their desks, behind their computer screen, and executing. And now what we're telling them to do is take a canvas with your imperfect assumptions and thoughts and go talk to a customer, face to face, interact with them. And that can be really scary for people who aren't used to doing that. So it's really important that we try to make an environment where there's safety around taking something that's imperfect, which is a new behavior, and talking to a customer. I think that's the hard part of using the canvas and getting out of the building.
They think that because they use some design thinking activity inside the building, they are ready to launch. And we know that testing is so complicated and takes time and so on, that most of the time they say, no, I know the business because I'm in this field. And so I know that it will be successful or not and so on.
Feeling that you know that you know.
Feeling that you know that you know.
Yes, which is you are deceiving yourself. I think our biggest challenge when you start about innovation or looking at the business models, you think that you know your customer.
That's an excellent pitfall, and people don't.
Sometimes you have a super beautiful business model without revenue, without anything in the revenue or without anything in the cost. And what?
Look at so what's the product process, the value proposition process? What's the processes we use in the channels, and then things like that.
Okay.
And because if they have their mindset in that it's process work that we need to do in the company, they try to use the canvas for that.
What's frustrating for me is when people come to me and they say, Elizabeth, I was told I have to do the business model canvas. Can you just fill this out for us? And I'm like, no, No, it's not a checklist. And no, I can't do it. I can help you. And then we're going to erase it and start over. And I think people don't realize that it's not this quick fix drug. It's a journey. And no, I can't fill it out. So that's my favorite one. Is when people
great.
say,
That's a great
can
one.
you fill this out for me? No, I cannot.